Hi, my name is Liz Webb. I'm a musician and an entertainer, and this is my Brumby. You know, owning a Brumby will open up a whole new world of possibilities for you to see this enormous country, as most people never get to see it. When you own your own aeroplane, you can see places that are off the beaten track or just too hard to get to by car. These places might be interesting spots like Birdsville or Lightning Ridge, or romantic places like Hamilton Island or Great Keppel Island. They've all got runways and they are all really pilot friendly. When you own your own Brumby, you can fly at the times you want to fly. And flying is a really efficient way to travel, because by flying there, you will generally get there in maybe 50 to 60% of the time it would have taken you to drive there. This means you can spend more time at your destination and have much less stress and more enjoyment getting there. Also, depending on how you option up your Brumby, you can elect to install sophisticated, state-of-the-art glass cockpit instruments. These could even include an autopilot linked with the GPS like what I've got here. In practice, the way it works is that you program your flight plan into the GPS. You take off, you get up to your altitude, and then let the autopilot do the flying and the navigating for you. Don't get me wrong, I mean, you would also want to confirm where you are at regular intervals by cross-checking with charts and landmarks. With the autopilot switched on, most of the hard work is done for you. I have to say that flying a Brumby most of all is fun. But then even learning to fly is a really fun challenge. And when you have a few hours under your belt, being able to grease in that landing nearly every time is one of life's most truly magical accomplishments. And I personally found it was a huge confidence builder as well. Learning to fly a recreational aircraft is also not as daunting or as expensive as you might be thinking. And just on that subject, one of the greatest experiences of your whole life will happen on the day you do your first solo flight. You will never forget that day or the feeling you had knowing you can actually fly an aeroplane by yourself. It's a huge buzz. While we own the Brumby 600 LSA low wing, which as you can see has got great visibility and is a really hot little aircraft, I've had a fly of the high wing Evolution, and it's a different sort of aeroplane to this particular one. The Evolution seems to me to be a more practical aircraft. It's bigger inside and the high wing is good for hotter climates. I also found it very docile and an easy to fly aeroplane. I think it would be a very forgiving aircraft, and that's very important especially if you're new to flying. We chose our Brumby for a few reasons. Firstly, it was particularly fun to fly. It has phenomenal visibility, but also because it was such a strongly built aircraft, and strength really was an important issue for us. The fact that it was designed and built in Australia was also really important. We visited the factory and saw firsthand the quality of the workmanship that's gone into the Brumbies. Paul has actually showed us how and why the Brumby was so much stronger than the other LSAs. He explained that Phil, the designer, designed the Brumby as more of a general aviation aircraft like Pipers and Cessnas, but under an LSA certification. So the Brumby can handle things like turbulence better and heavier landings far better. This means, I think, that they should enjoy a generally longer, useful working life, closer, again, maybe to general aviation. So the bottom line is, if you are seriously interested in purchasing either the low-wing or the high-wing Brumby, why not do what we did? Plan a trip to Cowra in New South Wales and come and see for yourself just how well these aeroplanes are manufactured.